Yes, boss. No, I'm home from the for the Christmas holiday already, boss. Oh, I see. Oh, when, huh? Oh, yesterday lah. Okay, okay. All right. So I will convene the investigation team lah. Yes, yes, yes. All right, right, all right. Noted, boss. Okay, all right, sure. Hello, Cynthia. Yeah. You are on leave already? Okay. There's been an incident at the site camp. One of the workers, the driver, passed away lah suddenly. So we have to do a investigation. Okay. Later I will get a meeting together with Liana as well lah. All right. I'll send you the meeting link. Okay. All right. See you later. Hello, Liana. Yeah. Bong here. Yeah. You're on leave already? Not yet lah. Yeah. Sorry for this short notice. But we have to do a convenient investigation panel because one of our colleagues at the site camp passed away recently. Yeah, just yesterday only. Yeah. So later we have a short meeting lah. We discuss first. See how we go about with the investigation. I will brief you all lah, together with Cynthia. Okay. All right. Yeah. See you later.
Hello, good morning, Miss Cynthia and Miss Liana. Thank you for taking this time to have this short briefing. So basically, we are tasked as the investigating team lah. One of our colleagues in the site camp just very recently passed away. So we're trying to find out the causes lah. So from the preliminary report, we have a few witnesses and also part of the ERT members that we have to interview lah. So we'll be conducting the session, interview session individually. So I have the list here. Later we will be calling them into this online meeting one by one lah. And also the reason we have to do this online one is because now is the Christmas holiday, so there is nobody at the site camp, so we have to do everything online lah. Okay. Any questions from you all?
At what time
At what time?
do we apa tuh? We meet?
I think we have to do it as soon as possible lah, because the incident happened yesterday. So just now only today I got the call from our general manager. So I think because in this kind of investigation it involved the human life, so we have to do as soon as possible within 24 hours. So I think maybe this afternoon around 2 p.m. we have to start the investigation process lah, so we can get the report done to DOSH and the management. All right. So I'll see you guys at 2 p.m. later.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Bong from HQ. As we all know, we are gathered here today to conduct an investigation into the recent incident involving one of our colleagues who was found unconscious at the site camp parking lot, and subsequently, unfortunately, he passed away lah. So Monica, thank you for taking the time to come to this investigation. So my name is together with me here we have the investigation team, my colleague Miss Liana and also Miss Tang from HQ as well. So before we begin, just to remember that this is not a fault finding session. We just want to find out the sequence of events and what you know, what you have seen on that day itself lah. Okay. So can you tell us a bit about yourself, Miss Monica? Which What is your position and your role at the site camp there?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Monica. I'm one of the driver that was asked to send the other colleges from the campsite to the jetty, and I was called to bring the colleges to the jetty around 4 a.m. because the driver that passed away said they said he was having headache and cannot drive the colleges. So I was called to bring them to the jetty. And then after I came back from the jetty around 5 a.m. and I still see the driver still in at the parking lot. I'm not sure how his condition at that time, but I don't think he has any severe medical condition at that moment. That's all what that is what I see from that day.
Do you know the victim personally? How long have you known him?
Personally, I do not know him, but I know him from my other colleges, and said maybe they say they have some high blood pressure problem, health problem. That's all I know about him. Yeah.
Then that time when you came back from the jetty, did you see him, or you only did you see him personally, or did you just communicate via phone or something like that?
After I came back from jetty, I did not see him. I just saw his car stay there, but I'm not sure that his condition at the time.
But you talked to him. You talked to him over the phone, is it? Or
Yeah,
how? Oh, I see.
I talked to him over the phone.
Okay. Then after that, you didn't see him anymore, lah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The other Cynthia or Liana, you guys have any other questions?
Okay, yeah, Miss Monica. May we know how do you start notice the changes the condition of the victim?
I didn't notice his condition, but the first person that saw him was Kulicha, if I'm not mistaken. I think she know about that. I didn't notice any changes because I didn't personally saw him on that day. No.
Yeah.
Do you know who else is working on that day, who's around there at that time?
At that time,
so we can connect. I mean, so we can contact them.
Maybe Voon, Beatrice, Wang, and Senrin. I think they maybe know something about this incident.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions. Cynthia, you have anything to ask?
No.
All right.
So next.
So thank you very much for your time, Ms. Monica. Thank you for your
Thank
cooperation.
you. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Next, we have our second witness, Ms. Kronicha, who we understand from your colleagues that you were the first person who found the deceased worker. So today we are here to investigate and just find out more about the what happened on that day. So can you briefly tell us what happened from the start? What was the exact event that happened?
Okay. Hello, my name is Goricha. During the incidents, I was walking toward the parking area to conduct a weekly toolbox talk, and then I found out a vehicle was still parked at the entrance of a worker camp with the engine still running. Then I go immediately check on the vehicle and found the unconscious driver. And I tried to wake up the driver, but the driver did not show any response. And then I call 999 to get emergency help, and the ambulance arrived around 6:30 at the morning, and they took the unconscious worker to the nearest hospital lah.
Wait, I think story
Yeah.
tak sama.
Yeah, the ERT should be sent by Fazil, the ERT team, to the site clinic.
Yeah. Never mind. We
Okay.
you can just continue. We can start over, but I won't stop the recording later. They will edit lah. The story is you alert the ERT team on site lah, meaning to say it's Fazil. Don't call the no need to call the ambulance, because after that it's Fazil who send the victim to the clinic, and then after that to a hospital.
So I just need to alert the ERT team.
Yes. Okay. So I start again. Okay. So Ms. Kornicha, can you tell us briefly what happened on that day?
Okay, during the incident, I was walking toward the parking area to conduct a weekly toolbox talk, and then I found out a vehicle was still parked at the entrance of worker camp with the engine still running. Then I go immediately check on the vehicle and found the unconscious driver, and I try to wake up the driver, but the driver did not show any response, and then I alert the ERT team.
Who did you alert?
Mr. Fazil.
Mr. Fazil, okay.
From the ERT team.
All right. How do you alert him?
I call the ERT team emergency number.
Okay, can.
Okay.
Try again. Sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Orang dah mati ya pun mata senyum-senyum. Okay, sorry. Start over. How do you call Mr. Fazil? Oh, sorry. Again. How do you contact Mr. Fazil?
Macam mana I want to answer that question?
Meaning to say, do you sebab my question is asking macam mana you contact Fazil, either by phone kah, or you run into the campsite to find him personally kah, things like that lah. Okay.
Okay.
Start again. Okay. So how do you contact Mr. Fazil?
I contact Mr. Fazil through phone.
Okay.
Yeah, to alert him about the incident lah.
Okay. And then what that time is around what time already? Roughly
around 6:30 at the morning.
6:30. Okay. And when you first when you first found the unconscious driver, what else did you try to do? Do you do anything?
Yeah.
I tried to wake up the unconscious driver by shaking his body. But he did not show any response.
Do you check for any other signs of life?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any? Did you notice if there's any pulse that time?
Yes.
There is still pulse lah, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tried to wake him up, but he didn't wake up lah. Okay. So how long did Mr. Fazil take to arrive at the scene?
Mr. Fazil took around 50 minutes to arrive at the
15, huh?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the whole time, you were there lah, or you went somewhere else? You were there. Okay.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. Anyone else with you that time?
No, it's just
Oh,
me and the unconscious
just
driver.
you and the driver lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Tang and
You found out that drivers still have passed. Did you perform any CPR? Or
No.
okay. Okay. So before this, you haven't attended any training on the CPR?
Yes.
Opposite training. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Liana, any other questions?
Just like you said, yeah, before you found the victim unconscious, and then the engine was still running, right? So
Yes.
did you turn off the engine, or any action taken?
Yeah, I did turn off the engines.
All right. So I have no further questions. Any other questions from you, Ms. Tang and Ms. Liana?
No question from me.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much for your time and cooperation, Ms. Gurnicha.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this investigation session. I'm Bong, and together with me, my colleague, Ms. Cynthia and Ms. Liana from HQ. So we have Ms. Beatrice with us here today. Ms. Beatrice, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, so my name is Beatrice. I am the direct superior of the disease, and we are from the civil engineer department. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Miss Wang, can hear me? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you for participating in this interview. I'm one of the investigator. I'm Liana. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay. So my name is Wang Huixian, and then I am the colleague of this victim. We work together in the same department.
So how long have you worked with the victim?
Oh, I've been working together with him around 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any close relationship with the victim or personally?
Yes. We always go out to hang out together, and then we have lunch together almost every day.
Okay, so how do you receive the news about your colleague incident?
Oh, I heard the news from my supervisor. Yeah, I heard that he passed away at workplace. Yeah.
I see. So at the time you were at the workplace, yeah? Correct?
Yeah, but I'm not with him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Ms. Wang, do you you say you are quite close with the victim for the past 3 years already, huh? Just wondering,
Yes.
did he mention anything about his or do you know whether he has any previous medical condition that he told you about?
So far he didn't mention about the medical condition, but I know he is a heavy smoker. Yeah, every time he will smoke when we have lunch. Yeah, and
Okay.
the diet also not very healthy also. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
all right. So he smoke every day or occasionally or how?
Yeah, every day. So
Every
far
day.
for the past 3 years that I know, he will smoke every day.
Okay. So that day during the incident, you were You were at the site, but you didn't see him lah.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Besides medical condition, did he tell you anything else? Complain to you about the work, or whether he's having any stress or things like that?
Yeah, he did mention that he feels stressed at the workplace because like need to work at night. So and recently he complains of headache on and off quite frequently.
Headache lah.
Yes, but he didn't seek for any medical treatment. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Miss Wang,
Yes.
did your colleague in the years you have working together, did
Yeah.
he ever admit to the hospital? And did during that duration?
I think last time has one time he told me he go to the emergency because of headache also, and then but I'm not sure whether he is admitted to the hospital or not. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that time, when he went to the emergency, but after that he was okay, or and did he tell you what happened after that, or?
Yeah, he said the doctor told him his blood pressure is quite high, but then after he took medication, then he said okay, and the next day he still come to work as usual. So that time I thought he is well. I didn't ask any further.
That time was how long ago?
I think just 1 or 2 months ago.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I have no further questions. Liana, you have any other questions?
No. That's
Okay. Okay, so I think we can conclude the interview here. Thank you very much for your time, Ms. Wang.
Thank you.
fine.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
So, my name is Cynthia, and I am the investigator for this incident. And can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. So my name is Sandrine. I am the patrol guard, patrolling around the campsite. So I work here for more than 5 years. 5 years like that. So, yeah. That's all.
Patrolling that work for 5 years. So normally your working hours is
12 hours.
12
I'm
hours.
working by shift. So now I'm currently working in morning shift. Yeah, morning shift. So my morning shift usually starts at 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. 12 hours.
7 a.m.
Sometimes more than that because I have to wait. Yeah, because I have to wait my other colleague to come to our post guard. I mean our post guard house.
I see. So, have you met the victim before he passed away?
I usually always see him driving through our campsite lah. Like he is a very friendly person. We always talk, say hi, telling a bit of stories, exchanging stories. Yeah.
So actually, he's unconscious at around 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So have you met him the day before?
He was okay the day before. He looks healthy. We even chat a bit. He even smiled at me. So yeah, all is good. Like I didn't know he passed away.
So he didn't show any unconfirmed symptoms.
No, he looks fine to me.
Okay.
Miss Sandrine, when was the last time you saw him?
2 days ago, right in front of our gate. Yeah, our gate.
You mean on the day that he passed away?
No.
2 days ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
2
2
days
days
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think no further question from me. Any question from Mr. Bong or Miss Noliana?
No further question.
No question from me.
Okay, so thank you, Sandrine, for your feedback. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, good morning, Miss Christina. So thank you for taking the time for this investigation session. So I'm Bong, and together with me, Miss Cynthia and Miss Liana, we are from the HQ. So we understand that from Mr. Fazil that you were part of the ERT team.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about what happened that day and the sequence of events from your side?
When before we get a call from unknown number, we set up for breakfast, and then we got a emergency call, and Fazil was informed us. Fazil is our leader for ERT for that shift, and then we got a emergency call from unknown number, tell that one of the staff unconscious. So when we arrived at the site, we found the victims unconscious. And when we arrived, there's one girl staff around that. And then we checked the conditions, and by 7 a.m., we send the victim to our industrial clinic for immediate checkup. But unfortunately, the industrial clinic advised us to send the victim to hospital for further check. And then when we seek for another occupational doctors there to for the case. So, and then I remember that without thinking any further, we just sent the victim to the Kapit Hospital. And then when we arrived at the emergency room, there's a lot of setup by the doctors and nurses around the room. And then around 1:15 p.m., one of the doctors there informed us that the victim was passed away. So that's a little bit details about the when we send the victims to hospitals.
Okay, and was the family members informed?
Around at 12:50 p.m., we decided to call, which is I'm the one who make calling to the victim's spouse. And then they just arrived around 30 minutes from their long house. And then
the victim is family originally from there also lah.
From there also, yes.
Oh, okay.
When the victims was informed that deceased, the family already been there, and that's my job to inform again to the spouse. And then I think that's one of my hardest job lah so far. Inform the family member, one of the family members passed away. That's my my point of view of that incident.
Okay. Who was the other? There were 3 of you in the team, right? The ERT team on duty that time.
Yes.
That day. So Fazil, you, and another one. Who is it?
Miss Woon.
Miss Woon. Okay. So I assume was she the one who made the police report because
Yeah, she's
right.
Miss Woon was the one that informed the police officer about the incidents lah.
Okay, because according to Mr. Fazil, that because we don't know what is the cause of death, then the hospital side told that there needs to be a post-mortem, but need to be a police report also lah.
Yeah, and then need to inform the family members about the postmortem, and then after they agreed to do the postmortem, and then we let the hospital and the doctor sides to do the postmortem.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think that's all from my side, and I will let my other colleagues on that shift will explain more about the incident from her side, because I'm the one who stay at the hospital at when the accident happened.
Yeah. Okay. There are no further questions from me. Any other questions from Miss Liana or Miss Tang?
Yeah, hello, Miss Krishna.
Hello, Miss Liana.
Yeah. Can we ask whether when you inform the family members, did they inform you any diseases that the victim in his life?
So far, when I talked to the victim's spouse, she never mentioned that the victim have any health issues. But apart from being hardworking, and the victims never take rarely take the annual leave, because he's the one, the backbones of the family members.
Okay. Any question from you, Miss Cynthia?
No other question from me.
All right. So I think from our side, I think we will stop here and we'll proceed to the other witnesses and also team members involved lah. So thank you very much, Miss Christina, for your time and cooperation.
Yes, thank you.
Tell us a little bit what happened on that day.
The day after we saw we get the victims are unconscious, then we send the victims to the clinic first, but the clinic advised us to send him to the Kapit Hospital. So that time after the rescue, but the doctor stated that the victims already passed away. So I just I ran to the police station and lodged a report.
Okay. So the police report already done lah.
Already done. So I tell the police to means this one for the patient, the victims already died lah. So yeah.
Okay. So by the time you all left, do you know that whether the postmortem has already started or not?
Not yet. I go to the police station and tell the police lodge a report that the postmortem can be started after the report lodge.
Okay. What time do you all leave Kapit back to the site camp?
What time? About afternoon.
Afternoon like that lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions from you both, Ms. Tang and Ms. Liana?
So currently we're still pending for the postmortem report. So maybe after your team have received it, can share a copy to us. Postmortem report.
So the postmortem report?
Yeah, for the victim. So once your site received the copy, would you mind to share a copy to us? Yeah, we actually want to know the cause of death of the victims.
Yeah, sure. We can share the postmortem report to you all.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Boon.
Okay. Any last questions from you, Liana?
Okay, Ms. Theodora, did it take a long time to process the police lodge report before you submit to the hospital?
It took around more than half hours to lodge the reports lah. So because police also need to investigate and confirm from the hospital also. So yeah, it takes time like that. Yep.
Okay. So there are no further questions from me. So if there are also no further questions from the team, then I think we can conclude here lah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time and cooperation, Ms. Boon.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So we continue with our investigation session. Good morning to Mr. Fazil as well, who I understand is the head of the ERT team on the day of the incident. So I'm Bong. Together with me, my colleagues, Ms. Tang and also Ms. Liana, we are the investigation team from the HQ lah. We would just like to get a bit more story based on to find out more on what actually happened on that day. So from our previous interviews from one of your colleagues, Ms. Gronicha, she said she was the first one who found the driver. Then she called you around 6 something, but we would like to hear from your side of the story. So can you tell us a little bit about the whole incident and what happened on that day?
Okay, good morning. Okay. During that day, I received a call from one of our staff, Veronica, okay, around 6 something, okay, about this someone collapsed in the car, and then we rushing to the scene to check what is happening. Then we found one of driver unconscious while engine still running. Yeah.
Okay, and subsequently, what happened after that? What was done?
Okay, so immediately we activate our ERT, then we call our site ambulance and send the unconscious victim to site clinic. Then after receiving treatment from doctor said he has blood pressure and need to sent for further treatment to Kapit Hospital.
Okay. That time is around what time already? Do you remember?
You mean?
By the time you arrive at the site clinic.
Okay, around 7 something.
Okay.
I forgot the exact time. Okay,
Then
7 something.
After that, the victim was sent to Kapit Hospital lah.
Yeah.
By how was the transport?
Okay, for transportation, we send him using land, and it takes about 4 to 5 hours because during that time speedboat not available because drivers not around. So there's no other option. So we just send using land transport using our side ambulance to Kapit.
Okay. What did the site camp? I mean the site clinic. Was there a doctor on duty that time?
Yeah.
And what did the doctor say anything about the condition of the?
Just said need further treatment because they have limited resources at site clinic, so need further treatment at Kapit. So we immediately send the victim to Kapit Hospital.
Okay. So the transport was using the ambulance lah, all the way to Kapit.
Yeah, site ambulance. Yeah. Site ambulance. Because driver boat not available because this during this Christmas holidays Eve, so mostly our staff, site staff, cuti.
How long the journey if your team use the river transport? Is it shorter?
It's supposed to be shorter, approximate about 2 hours.
Oh.
But due to unavailability of this driver, so we have to send by land using ambulance.
So it took around 5 hours for your team to arrive at Kapit Hospital.
Yeah, 4 to 5 hours. Yeah.
And once arrived at Kapit Hospital, what happened subsequently?
Really, we send him to this emergency. Then the hospital take over. We just wait.
And
for
then,
the
okay. Then when do you get to know that the victim passed away?
I think about half an hour after the victim was sent to this emergency. Then the doctor informed us that the victim passed away already.
And what was the cause of the death? Did they tell?
No, they need to do postmortem first. Then we need to do to lodge a police report for this postmortem to be conducted.
I see. Okay. Any during the whole time, did anyone contact the family member, the victim?
This one I'm not sure because during the time I was busy sending this victim to hospital and suppose other AERT team members to do this task.
Okay. Who are the other team members? Together with you at the AERT team.
2 of them.
So all three, there are 3 of you all together lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I have no further questions. Any other questions from you, Cynthia or Liana?
Just now you mentioned about the postmortem, right?
Yeah.
So around what time you lodged the police report?
That's what this one carried out by my colleague.
Or
Because-
police report lodged by your colleague? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm staying at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So later we'll get more information from them.
Yeah, from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No further question from me.
Okay. Liana, any other question, Liana?
No.
All right. So I think for your part, I think that's all we need to ask. So thank you very much for your time and cooperation, Mr. Fazil.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Hello everyone. So we have interviewed all the witnesses and also the ERT team already. So I will just be sharing briefly on the sequence of events that we so far have found from the witnesses. So according to the statements, the first person who found the victim was Miss Gronicha around 6:30 like that. So according to her, she found the unconscious victim still in the car with the car engine still running. So victim wasn't responding to any calls, cannot wake up, and she called Fazil, who was head of ERT team, who arrived 15 minutes later, which is already about 7 a.m. Then subsequently, the witness statement from Fazil stated that he arrived and he informed the other ERT members who was on duty that time. So it was Miss Woon and also Miss Christina. So there were 3 of them. Then he arrived at the scene, found the victim unconscious, and subsequently they sent the victim to the site clinic. And at the clinic, the doctor recommended that the victim be sent immediately to Hospital Kapit for further treatment because of the lack of the treatment options available at the site clinic. So they traveled by land to Kapit, which took about 4-5 hours. So by the time they arrived in Kapit Hospital around 11 to 12, something like that, victim was sent directly into the emergency. But at around 1, they got news that victim has passed away. Subsequently, a police report was made. The victim's family members were also informed. And now we still don't know the exact cause of death because the postmortem has not, as far as we know, the postmortem report has not been completed yet. So we are still waiting on the official report from Hospital Kapit. And this is the story from the ERT team. According to the other witnesses, because the victim originally was scheduled as the designated driver to send the group of workers to the jetty, but then he wasn't feeling well. So there was another driver who was assigned to send all the workers So based on the statement from all the victims, the victims' colleagues, they didn't state anything out of the ordinary but there were also comments saying that victim was probably a bit stressed and also maybe high workload, things like that. But according to what I have gathered so far, it doesn't seem that the victim had any very serious pre-existing medical condition, either that or he didn't disclose it to anyone. So that is the summary of events that I have gathered so far, and we need to come up with some points and recommendation to put inside the report before we can finalize to send to the management Okay, so any ideas or any input from both of you? Maybe we can start with Miss Cynthia.
I think one of the control measures that we have to take include in this incident is the mode of transportation during the emergency. Instead, actually, there's a shorter journey if the ERT team can use the river transport instead of road transport. Can reduce around 3 hours to send the victim to hospital Kapit. But unfortunately, they don't have any standby driver during the incident. So yeah.
So probably we need to make sure that there's the river transport has to be always available, even during holiday times.
Festival. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Any other points?
Well, other than that, there's one the witnesses that found the victim also did not perform CPR, if correct. So
Yeah.
I think maybe how can maybe the witness, if she know how to do the CPR, maybe can delay a little bit. How can you say? Maybe
Yeah,
we
the
can,
outcome could have been different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I think we might have to recommend that everyone, especially in the remote areas, everyone should know
Yes.
CPR lah. Everyone should know CPR, basic one. I also feel that everyone should get the basic health checkup done annually, so we know the baseline health status of every employee. That is, I think, from my point of view lah. So we can prevent this kind of thing from happening.
Agree.
Okay, so far I think the recommendations as a summary: number one, there should always be the river transport should always be available. And then number two, everyone should get the basic CPR certification, especially in the remote areas, remote site, the site camp. And also number three, basic health screening should be mandatory lah for everyone, so we can know the health status and prevent this kind of thing from happening again. That's all I can think of. Any other inputs so far? But we still need to wait for the final postmortem report also. Yeah. Okay. That's all. So I think after this, I will liaise with the site camp manager, see if they have the final postmortem report, and then we will compile it, get the draft of the report, the finalized report done, and then we send to the management lah. Okay. So thank you, Ms. Liana and also Ms. Tang, for your time and effort to participate in this investigation team lah. So we keep in touch after this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.